Welcome back to NHL Tonight. Dylan Larkin making that bold statement to the media on Wednesday, quote, "I'm ready to be the captain of this team." Here's what Larkin had to say earlier this week.
Well, I feel ready for it. I think it's something that I can't focus on. I can't lose sleep about. I can't control it. I just try and be myself and play the game that I love and play with a lot of passion. And you know, everyone in the NHL has been a leader at some point in their careers. And you know, I'm lucky that we have great veteran leadership, and it's taken a lot of pressure off me. But you know, a letter's a letter. But being a captain of a franchise like the Detroit Red Wings would mean a lot to me, and it's something, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, I still get to play for the Detroit Red Wings, and I get to play in the NHL, and I'm going to try and play my best.
All right, coming off one of his best seasons, you can see career highs in goals, points, power play points, time on ice. Dylan Larkin came onto the scene as a rookie, dominated kind of that sophomore slump, but since then his game has just continued to elevate season after season. What do you think? You look at his game, do you think this guy's ready to wear the C for an Original Six franchise?
I think so. I think that the one thing you look for in a player is consistency in his game. And when you can get consistency in your game, you've taken care of yourself first. Now you can take care of your team. And I feel like Dylan Larkin has matured as a player, and I think he's ready for that. And I love the fact that you come out and you're vocal about it. I mean, that's what you want. If you're in that organization, you don't want guys to say, "Hey, I'm willing to do it if I, you know." No, I'm ready for this. Give it to me. This is the Original Six team. I'm very proud of that, and being a part of this, I'm going to lead this team. I think Dylan Larkin is the man for that. I'm excited about what he does this season to follow up last season. He had a great year, and when you look at that roster right there, we know we have a veteran in Justin Applecator, Franz Nielsen, some of these guys who've been around a little bit, but listen, the team this is Dylan Larkin's team, and I want to see the C on his jersey.
What makes a good captain, in your opinion, in your experience in the NHL? You played with a lot of good captains. What makes them successful?
Well, you got to lead by example. There wasn't many captains that I had. I don't believe that the guys wearing the C need to be overly vocal, because I want to watch what you're doing. Example, Scotty Stevens was my captain. Sidney Crosby, not overly vocal. Watch what I do out there on the ice. Mikko Koivu, a very good captain. Watch what I do out there on the ice. You know, you can go up and down when you're seeing guys like this. Shane Doan, the exact same thing. You don't have to be vocal. You just got to know exactly what you're getting from those guys. And when times are tough and you turn and you look at the captain, how is he handling it? So it's about maturity a lot. So I think maybe, you know, when it's time to say something, you say the right thing. But I think there's this idea that the captain needs to give the rallying cry No, just go do your business. The way you handle it leads by example and kind of sets the tone for the rest of the room.
All right, the Red Wings, one of the teams out there without a captain right now. There's a few of them. As we take a look at some of the teams without guys rocking the C, of course, Justin Williams, he's going to have the C if he decides he wants to return to Carolina. That's the only question mark there. Joe Pavelski leaving for different pastures down in Dallas, so the captaincy vacant in San Jose. You look at this list, pick a team, and then we'll have the discussion if they're ready to have a captain, and if so, who. What's the team you want to go with?
Ooh, it's a good one. I think
I'll start. Can we go Maple Leafs? Can we go Maple Leafs? I love this conversation.
Yeah, I like this one. This is a tricky one for me.
Yeah.
Because I think that when you're picking that captain of that team.
Are they ready yet to have a captain at this point?
Yes, I think they should have a captain. But now this is who is that captain?
Right.
And when you have a captain, a lot of times, even though you're not saying that, it insinuates this is his team. Well, you have a guy that you signed free agency that was a captain of a team before, the New York Islanders, and John Tavares.
That's his home.
But we're thinking this is kind of Austin Matthews. Is Austin Matthews ready for that leadership? I don't know which way it shakes out. I think the best move, possibly, is to not have either of those guys be the captain, and maybe go like a player like Morgan Riley and take some of that pressure off those guys. Let them do their thing. They're going to wear the A's. This is still their team. Listen, you don't need a C on your jersey to make this your team. You don't need a letter. You can be a veteran player that has a lot of you know, you have a lot of say inside that locker room. So that's a team that stands out for me. And then, you know, some of those other teams that we're looking at, I mean, how
about San Jose?
San Jose, yeah, I mean, it's
Logan Couture at this point?
Logan Couture has got to be the one for me. I think Jumbo's going to be back. I don't think that he'll get the captaincy. Jumbo's Jumbo. You're always going to follow him.
Right.
And he doesn't need a letter for that. Not that Logan does, but this is Logan Couture's team. It's interesting when you look on that list, because then there's some teams where I don't know if the New York Rangers are ready to make that a captaincy yet. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we're going with. I think a Vancouver Canucks one for me. I like Bo Horvat. I think Bo Horvat should be the captain of that team. But there's other teams, the Ottawa Senators. We got to see what shakes out here. What do we got? The Detroit Red Wings, I believe, will be Dylan Larkin, but maybe they're going to take some time too. The biggest one for me of teams that aren't really on rebuilds, where you're going to try to see who comes to the forefront, is the Vegas Golden Knights.
They've never had a captain.
They've never had a captain, and
That's
that team
kind of
is
their
good.
identity, though, right?
Yeah, so I kind of like it with them. I'm a guy who thinks you need to have a captain at some point. Obviously, some of those teams we just mentioned are in a different phase, but you're looking at this team, I'm like, their whole MO has been by committee.
Yeah.
We got a great built team. Everyone's pulling. Everyone was brought in for different reasons and under different circumstances. I don't know. If I'm Gerard Gallant, I kind of like what we've been doing here.
That
might be
so
the one
far,
team.
right?
Yeah, that's been the one team that I don't know if they really need a captain.
All right, we'll see how it plays out. Speaking of the Vegas Golden Knights, on a little road trip right now this summer, let's check out what they're up to in Casper, Wyoming.